Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As the recording time of 4:11 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum coin trade $3,962, up about 0.99% so far. As you can see clearly on the left side of the chart, the overall crypto market is kind of a mixed bag again, right? With the leading coins kind of just hovering on a positive note as we ended with a relatively volatile day across the entire market. And some of the selective coins you could see clearly, XRP is currently up about 6%, Shiba Inus is also up about 6% respectively, while AVAX is up about 7.05% at the moment. And on the equity side, in the post-market perspective, as obviously we just closed the market 4 p.m. on the Eastern Time, so 12 minutes ago, with respect to SPY and NASDAQ and Dow Jones, we're seeing a little bit buying pressure, obviously ahead of the Joe Biden, obviously speech that he's going to be giving tomorrow to give us a little bit more of an outlook with respect to the Omicron, the COVID variants. What are some of the tactical next steps that we should be expecting going forward? Are we going to see a country shutdown and et cetera, right? And that would triangulate into how Jerome is going to be dictating towards the quantitative tapering going forward. Was it the right decision that he shaved down 120 billions to 30 billions on a monthly basis? Or is he going to make an adjustment all over again because of the, seems like the cases are spiking, right? Just within in New York City, the mayor has announced today that there is a mandatory mask mandate for everybody going, within shopping malls to public centers. I know historically, if you were vaccinated, you didn't need to wear a mask everywhere. Obviously, as you sit down in the restaurant, you don't have to be wearing a mask while you're eating. But it seems like there are some restaurants that are actually, shutting down on Christmas holiday. Because of the COVID surge. I actually made a reservation on Christmas Eve and Christmas days at a good restaurant called Indochine in Soho. It's like a really nice French Vietnamese restaurant. I was really looking forward to going. And I got a text message from them earlier this morning saying that they are closing on obviously Christmas Day, which, I was looking forward to, getting their Chilean sea bass, which I've been dying to eat there for quite some time now. Seems like they are shut down. So seems like the Christmas dinner plan that I had, created for my family this year is gonna be, postponed to next year. Then I guess. And with respect to the overall crypto market, we are seeing some revival at the moment, and it's not really driven by anything specific, but just the investor sentiments, right? I think we're relatively, driving a lot of fear mongering and panic across the whole day, as we have seen earlier this morning from just the news front, a lot of negative news around just the spiking cases. We are about to hit the all-time peak for the COVID cases domestically. And obviously, when you hear anything along the line with pandemic, with sanction. Even we saw like a news that called around. There's a sanction going on in Iraq as well. Also with the Chinese crackdown with respect to crypto ban. Just a bunch of negative news so far. In combined with the already negative mixture of the FOMC meeting that we've had already, it's just been a big snowstorm. Metaphorically, if that makes any sense. Onto driving the volatility that we've been seeing so far. It's just been an emotional roller coaster. But if we scrub all of that mentally, just psychologically, right? Let's exclude that, and not convolute our thinking. If you think logically, the risk management level has been relatively ideal in terms of how we can dollar cost average at. Right? So let's just dive right into the technicals, and then we could go through the news. With respect to recording time again at 4:16 p.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum country basically around $4,000 right now. We're basically $40 away. At the moment, we are above the 3,843, which is the next consolidated level, right? Right now, we're not really at any specific level. We're just hovering levitating, if you may. The next real level is technically the 4,000, which is a non-substantive consolidation zone, but the real level is the 4,150, right? So contingent on how Joe Biden is going to be speaking tomorrow, I do foresee it's going to be a green day actually. Afterwards, obviously, I don't know what time is the speech. I think it's going to be sometimes around, I think, early morning to 2 p.m. I think that's like the typical time frame. I don't think it's going to be like super late, like 4:30 p.m. or 5. I think it's going to be happening in the mid of the day, probably early morning for the people on the West Coast. So I'll keep an eye out on the timing for it. I haven't really got a confirmed scheduled time yet. So I'll look out for that one and I'll report shortly. But at the moment, we're reviving. It seems like we are seeing some optimism across the entire market, which makes sense, right? The sell the rumor, buy the news type of affectation, and we are getting a little ahead of ourselves right now. You could see clearly among the public investor side of the pool. So right now, I think incurring risk is still an okay level, right? We are still at the relatively depleted level at the upper echelon of the oversold at the 41, right? So in terms of incurring risk for long term, I don't think it's terrible at the moment. So I think right now is actually still a buying opportunity, despite close to being up 1% at the moment. Bitcoin is up about 1.21%. We are contemplating to go back up to close to the 48,000, which is the next consolidated level, right? We were levitating the whole day, right? We even crashed down to all the way to the 45,500 earlier this morning, obviously because of the Omicron news. We are crossing up right now, so I do see some bullishness coming with the 30 out of 70. And we are seeing a downward wedge, right? So I think this is a relatively, still a sleeping giant. But as we wake up the sleeping giant, I think the alarm clock of Joe Biden tomorrow, contingent on how sporadic is this alarm clock, is it going to be, blowing out proportion? We'll see how that goes, right? But I think it's going to be a diplomatic tone in terms of his verbiage. I think it's going to be tactical. I don't think it's going to be, at least I hope he's not going to say anything off script, right? I hope that with respect to his chief of staff, with respect to his team, on the public relations and strategic front, will give him the proper speech and structure and tactical approach in terms of how he's going to be publicly speaking tomorrow, right? So we'll see how that goes, right? Ultimately, we have seen the wild cards from him many times, right? He's had some like really weird stuff before. I'm not gonna go into it, but there's a reason why people have been questioning. If you look into my comment section below from previous videos, you could see there's some frustrations and disappointment from our collective observation experience with him as the president so far, right? It's not that he's anything wrong. It's just that he's in a tough position, right? And we'll see how that goes from here. Again, right? Dogecoin is currently down about 0.4%, with the 39 out of 70. So anywhere from the current level to the bottom of 15 cents is still a logical level. Cardano is up about 0.66%. Anywhere from 134 to 120 is still a logical level with the 37 out of 70. So it's not terrible, not the worst. Still a good level to incur risk at right now. Solana is down about 1.5% right now. Anywhere from the 155 all the way to the 133 to 113 are still the levels to incur risk at. XRP is up about 5.64% right now. We broke above the 88 cents, so that's great. That's the next consolidated level. That's the reason why we're hovering or levitating around this level to consolidate, right? So now we have to see if we can, further leap up to the next level to the 39 cents, not 93 cents, 39 cents. What am I even saying? And I think that we were trying to when we got to the 91. So it seems like we gave up a little bit just by 2 cents away. So at this moment right now, would I be incurring some risk right now? I probably wouldn't, because like you had a lot of opportunity when you were at the 78 cents before, right? So I'll probably wait for it to cool back down, right? Because we're at the neutral level, so it's not really a discount anymore, right? So whoever bought in at 78, congratulations to you for, well, firstly, believing in our technical analysis. Again, I'm not a wizard, it's just that I'm speaking the technicals. And it came true. So congrats to your little profit at the moment. 5% is not bad. Respect to polkadot, it's up down about 1% right now. Anywhere from current level to again, right, $22 for Polkadot is still a good level. I think right now is at the bottom right now, pretty much. So, think about incurring risk is not terrible. Algorand's down about close to 4% as well, closely. 131 to 125 is basically the bottom. I think 125 was really oversold. We were basically below 35 at that point. So, yeah, Algorand's basically at the bottom right now. So, hopefully you guys bought the dip if you believe in the long term. Shiba Inu, you can see that we reversed back up because of the reversal from the overall market. And we saw clearly we got to the 2788 early this morning because of the sell-off. And I think some people actually bought in, right? Hopefully. I don't know if you guys did. But if you did, that was the logical thing to do. And that's why we're seeing some reversal right now because of the, I guess, the preliminary or premature optimism from this, ahead of the speech for tomorrow. And right now, the 40 out of 70, so not terrible, not the best again, right? Polygon down about 2% right now. We are at a relatively, still overbought level, 55 out of 70. Again, right, 75 out to 143 is still a better dip for us. AVAX at the moment is up about close to 7%. Again, anywhere from 81 to 60 is still a better level for us. I think right now you'll probably be chasing it right now. I don't want you to be chasing. I want you to be buying when it's logical. I don't think it's the most logical thing to do right now to be buying at this level right now. So again, 81 to 60 is going to be the level that I will be incurring risk at. And then the media front, let's just dive into the news just to look at it real quick. First one's on CNBC talking about basically a recap on what happened in 2021. And the big large title that it says is over $7.7 billion were stolen in crypto scam in 2021. So feel free to take a read. It's been a collective occurrences, right? I think in just the last couple months so far, I think there's been, at least close to $1 billion of crypto stolen from various different accounts and various different platforms, from Binance to Coinbase to, I believe there's like this, not the most popular name brand platform that was stolen as well, based off China. So I forget the name of it, but it's been a lot of fraudulent activities, a lot of scams, and definitely be careful out there and find the most reputable and legitimate wallets for yourself. And this is something that I think the world collectively or globally, people are trying to fix right now. And this is something that, especially with this nascent technology, there's a lot of vulnerability that's going here and there. And I think the $7.7 billion is a huge lesson that we are collectively learning, collectively, I guess, from obviously millions of people, right? And then next one is talk about on Bazinga about close to an hour ago. Is Bitcoin dead and Ethereum outdated? Seems like they try to drive some media stir right now. And the article basically backs up, with respect to, frankly, the lackluster phase of the performance that we've been seeing recently, ever since we hit all-time high for the respective coins. And they basically use some of the Kathy Woods, from ARK Invest verbiage that she has talked about recently on Bitcoin and Ethereum, talk about her price target going forward. I think the article is, frankly, just some of a clickbait, to be honest with you. It's not really something that is really worth reading, to be honest with you. But it's interesting, for you to get a good juxtaposition in terms of how they are writing this persuasive essay, I guess. The next one's on Decrypto 15 minutes ago, talk about The Weeknd, which is the artist, the musician, released Ethereum NFT via Tom Brady's autograph platform. Interesting to see that The Weeknd is doing something in collaboration with Tom Brady, who is the football NFL legend, obviously. And then the next one's on Bitcoin. It's about 2 hours. We'll talk about 31 million Ethereum liquidated in past 12 hours. Ethereum declines below 3,800. So just more activities around what whales have been doing. Interesting to know. And then the last one that I see here that's really worth mentioning is talk about 61 millions in Ethereum was just transferred onto Binance. So it seems like there's a lot of whale activities that's driving the stir that we see in front of us right now. And then the last one that I see, sorry, this is the last one really. On Wall Street Journal about 8 hours ago, talk about senator, and these two senators are named Pat Toomey and Cynthia Loomis. They are both crypto investors, and they talk about their holdings. They didn't specify like how much or their diversification, I guess. But they did say that they believe in both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the recent press release that they've done with Wall Street Journals, obviously. So if we were to take a read, interesting that seems like there are some politicians that are also buying as well. So with respect to risk management level, these are levels that are pretty much identified. I think the rebound that we're seeing right now is showing some optimism. It's not really like directly tied to the Omicron news that we're seeing right now. It's just I guess because of the fact that across the market on the RSI's perspective, we were highly oversold. So someone is bound to come in to buy, right? And especially we were at the golden hours around 3 p.m. on the Eastern time. So that's like the golden hours, like 60 minutes before the market closing. And we saw the reversal among the entire market on both stocks, but also on crypto as well. So we'll see how that goes, right? I'll look out for the timing for the speech tomorrow. I don't think it's really like formally or officially released yet. I think it's just gonna be and more of an impromptu, type of statement or something like that. So I'll look out for it. And hopefully you guys all have a great Monday so far. It's definitely very cold in New York. I'm actually freezing at home despite my heat is on. I think it's because I'm drinking my iced coffee still. I really appreciate you, and let me know how it goes. And stay tuned to come. Take care. Bye.